It's really hard to believe, because thinking back to when I started, I never dreamed I'd win 10 races, 15 races.
300 wins for the Hendrick organization.
300 wins, that's amazing.
That's a big number. I mean, 300 wins. 300, I mean, it's just wild. 300, I mean, that's incredible. Yeah, 300 wins is super significant.
It's pretty amazing.
So impressive.
Checkered flag in the air.
You know, there's a winning culture here, period. You know, that's just part of it. You know, when you come through the gate over there, you can feel it, you know it. You're going to be part of this team. You know, your job is to win races.
It's pretty impressive that they are winning so often, even after all these years.
Well, you know, when I started, and what I thought was going to be the team didn't happen, and no sponsor, and just trying to exist. And actually going to shut it down till we won Martinsville.
Going all the way back to the mid-'80s with Jeff Bodine at Martinsville and win number 1 on a day where Hendrick had said, you know, if we don't do well today, I think we're going to have to fold our tent.
I feel a little responsible for Hendrick Motorsports. You know, if I haven't won that first race, Rick is going to shut the doors. He's out of money.
It was that close not to be a Hendrick Motorsport. It was just like a burden had been lifted off your shoulders.
My first win in Cup and Rick Hendrick's first win in Cup, Hendrick Motorsports. For the first win, the one that kept Hendrick Motorsports open all these years, and I got toilet paper.
We went to his house in Greensboro and wrapped his yard in toilet paper, trees. And then we had all kinds of opportunities.
You're riding down for the finish. Checkered flag is out, and you are with Jeff Bodine as he wins the 1986 Daytona 500.
Daytona's a race that everybody wants to win.
That's what my dream was growing up as a kid. I'm going to go there one day, and I'm going to race against Richard Petty, and I'm going to win that race.
That goes the whole year. You win the Daytona race, no matter what happens the rest of the year, it just carries you that. You are the champion, Daytona champion. And to see him win that race, it was just super special.
Listen to this crowd in Indiana as they cheer their boy, Jeff Gordon.
You know, 1994 was sort of a breakout year.
Going to Indianapolis for the inaugural race, you know, you walk in that place and you say, oh man, this is like I walked into hollow ground here.
I came from Indianapolis. I wanted to race at Indianapolis.
To watch him in that race, boy, that was right there by the Daytona 500.
Man, I was so excited that I finally get my dream to come true, race at this event. And then you take Ray Evernham and you take Randy Dorton, the engine shop, and you take the effort that went into that race, and we wanted to win it bad.
You know, we were ahead with engineering with things like chassis, vehicle dynamics, aerodynamics, engine, pit stops, all those things. That's stuff that Rick was thinking about years ago, and he supported us so that when we went to an inaugural place, I always felt like we had an advantage because we were gonna perform quicker than the competition.
Never thought I'd ever go to Indy for any reason, you know, let alone win a race there. Being the inaugural race was really, really special.
The Hendrick stable giving it their best for Rick Hendrick here today. It could be 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick.
1997 Daytona 500 was a big race for us.
Just all the stars aligned. Hendrick was strong. The 24 was extremely strong. Got a little help to get the lead. Had my teammates right there with me. And
I was at home with leukemia and watching TV, and there was a wreck, and didn't know how it was going to end up. And then all of a sudden they come across the line, 1, 2, 3.
The top 3, all from the same racing stable. Chevrolets dominate the 39th annual Great American Race.
I couldn't believe it. My doctor was sitting there with me, you know, and we were just celebrating, and it was unreal.
How many Winston Cup drivers carry a cell phone in their car?
Well, they handed it to me right as I came to Victory Lane. And that's the first person I want to talk to anyway. No offense, Mike, but
okay.
This one's for Rick Hendrick. 1, 2, 3. That is so awesome.
You know, all of them are special. But 1, 2, 3 at Daytona, it doesn't get much better than that.
Jimmie Johnson in his 13th start, going for his first career win and trying to become the 9th different driver to win a Winston Cup race for Rick Hendrick.
Jimmie was able to get our first win there in Fontana, which was really magical. You know, it was a start of something great.
I had no idea Jimmie was going to be as good as he was. See him win at his home track and to launch his career was pretty special, very special.
Mr. Hendrick and Jeff had put, you know, a lot of faith in me, and in a sense stuck their neck out to take a chance on a guy that didn't have a lot of stock car experience. Yeah, but that was just a really big moment for us all.
That was a cool win.
A star was born.
Two-time Winston Cup champion Terry Labonte at age 46 will take the checkered flag and win the 54th Southern 500.
Darlington had always been a pretty good track for us.
Darlington is a special race.
Oh man, I was just relieved that we won. You know, again, it's been a while since we'd been in victory lane.
That track had just so much history. And I think Terry was just such a great guy. And, you know, we were very fortunate to be able to get him. And what a talent he had.
That was a great day for us right there. It sure was. It was nice to win it. I didn't do any donuts because I don't know how.
Texas Terry. That race is special. Terry was special.
That's the one good thing about Dale Jr. When he took this ride, he said, look, I'm man enough to take this ride because I know it's all on me. Because we know the Hendrick organization can win races. Yeah. It's all on me. And that's a big deal for Dale Jr., man.
The win for me in 2008 was important because there was a lot of attention on me going to Hendrick and driving their cars.
When you hired Dale Earnhardt Jr., the world expects you to win every race.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the winner at Michigan.
We wanted to prove we could do it and get to victory lane, and I'd won all my races driving for Dad and driving for our family team, and so to finally check that box with Rick was a great feeling. Some pretty big moments for me in my career happened in that second half with Rick.
To see him win that race and the excitement, because I don't think anybody gets any more excited about winning than Dale Earnhardt did. But that was a really special race.
Jimmie Johnson has never won at Homestead Miami Speedway, but he's never been in a position where he's had to win for a championship.
That was a very, very special race. To win the championship, we had to win the race, you know.
You know, the season was kind of an up and down season. It had been a bit since we'd won a championship, and that elusive number 7, we didn't know if we were ever going to get an opportunity to get again if we weren't able to capitalize on it there.
And I think what makes that race so wild and crazy is we had a good day, but we weren't a winning car.
And Jimmie did a phenomenal job and just drove the wheels off that 48 car for the last handful of laps to get the trophy.
Jimmie Johnson wins his 7th NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship.
Man, I am so proud of you. You're a good man. You're a great champion. Now you're a 7-time champion, brother.
I remember when he came under the flag to win, Chad said, how does it feel to be a 7-time NASCAR champion? And so it was really special.
I think we all agreed to the fact that we were not going to win the race for the championship. It was going to be one of the other 3 cars. So for it to turn around so quickly and us end up in victory lane and the champions, it was just an emotion that I don't know if I'll ever experience again.
Here comes William Byron. He's going to take the lead.
I saw him up at JRM when he was about 14, and he told me, I'm going to drive for you one day.
When I got put in the 24 car, there was a lot of pressure. You know, coming in rookie year, 20 years old, that was a lot to take in.
When you look back at William, he was an Eagle Scout. He won a championship that year, and he was going to college. Now, any one of those 3 would be pretty impressive, but to do them all in the same year, and it was unbelievable.
William Byron's going to win.
You better do a hell of a burnout.
William Byron, only the 2nd driver ever to win in the 24. Of course, Jeff Gordon made the number famous.
That was big because it was just the kind of monkey off your back, get that first win out of the way. That meant a lot. It was nice and it got us in the playoffs, so both of those things were awesome.
This is a career, it doesn't matter if you've won one, if you haven't won, this would change your career, and he knows it's in front of him. Chase Elliott already into the top 3 after starting in the back.
I knew we had a really good shot. We typically perform well at Phoenix, and we had a lot of good things going on at the time. Our cars were performing really well, and he was operating at a high level. Picker was operating at a high level, so it was just going to be about putting all that together.
I mean, that was a huge day.
Hendrick Motorsports and driver Chase Elliott looking for the checkered flag. It's out. Chase Elliott wins at Phoenix. Chase Elliott scores the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series championship.
It's one race, and you got to win it or beat the other 3 to be the champion.
Probably the biggest win of my career. You know, the first one was a really big deal, but obviously that one, and its meaning and being able to get a championship.
The pace we had in the car, I felt really confident that we could win it. You know, and we were able to drive through the field and get to the front pretty quickly. And yeah, I feel like we had the best team and the best car on that day.
Spectacular scene here at Phoenix Raceway. Chase Elliott is the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Man, he just went to the top. People love him, and he's so honest and pure, and heck of a race car driver.
I'm going to tell you who's about to get it in order, and that's Hendrick Motorsports. This is Alex Bowman. If he gets that position, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 for Hendrick Motorsports.
And I'm like, man, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Here's 4 cars going for the win, and don't wreck each other, please. Don't wreck each other.
The 4 of us, the 4 HMS cars, were all about equal, so it's kind of going to be whoever got out front for the last run.
One of Alex's best racetracks. He loves it. He likes going there. He loves a challenge. He understands the car and what he wants out of it.
Well, this is an all but perfect performance for Team Hendrick. Checkered flag in the air. Alex Bowman gets his 4th career victory.
Hey, crew. You won that race, not me. So proud of you guys. Hell yeah.
You know, it was a tight battle for the top spot. Opportunity arose that we took advantage of and was able to get that win.
Yeah, for sure. That was a really cool one. We've been close to winning Dover quite a few times, so to finally get it done was really neat.
The 1, 2, 3, 4 finish for Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports.
You know, all the stars have to line up, and you know, just for things to fall into place for that. So that'll go down in history as one of the biggest moments. And we've done the 1, 2, 3 several times, but the 1, 2, 3, 4 hard to do.
It's amazing the history of Hendrick Motorsports and what the 5 car has meant to it.
Not only is Kyle Larson fast, but he's been really smart tonight.
Really fast. We had to hold off William and Chase. You threw out it. Alex was up there as well.
We did have a good car in the race. Led a bunch of laps. We won all the stages, won the race, and captured win 269 for Hendrick Motorsports.
History making tonight for Hendrick Motorsports as they become the all-time winningest organization.
I think we all wanted to be the guy to win, you know, that 269.
That 269 is, you made history, you know, because all of these years you've heard Petty Enterprises, nobody will ever catch them.
It's special because of the depth of history and legacy of this company.
Thankfully for us, it was our day that day. When you can, you know, win a milestone race and get to have the whole team, you know, in victory lane together, all 4 of us was pretty neat. And have Rick there too. You know, home race with Charlotte is a great place to get the milestone victory.
To do it at Charlotte, Charlotte's home track, and to do it there was really special.
A nice run tonight for all the Hendrick cars. I know we've talked about that on several occasions, but it's a story really that you just can't ignore with the domination that they are flexing. Every week you go to the racetrack thinking it could be another Hendrick car.
I think what makes Hendrick Motorsports successful year after year is just the people. I think the biggest thing is the people.
I think it's all the people.
The people. It's all about the people.
Is the people.
It's the people and Mr. Hendrick.
It takes the people that are working together, that have the vision and that competitive spirit and staying together. So if we stay together, it's going to be hard to overcome us.
William Byron cruising down to the checkered flag and wins the 300th race on the Cup Series for team owner Rick Hendrick.
It feels awesome. I mean, I think that this means so much to a lot of people. We're just thankful for all of their support and all the teamwork it takes to get to that point.
300, wow, it's we've had that circled all year. Pretty cool to be that team that got it. So it's amazing to be able to be front and center on that part and provide that gift to Mr. Hendrick and everybody here.
When you think back and you look at the list, every one of them special. A win's a win, and that's what's got us to 300.